selling, or maybe squeeze in more calls in your day. If you do Hola, if you have any of those, welcome and welcome back, guys. How are you all doing today? Had a busy week, then it slowed down today. It's rainy, it's cold. I'm gonna take advantage, and I've been looking to buy a new truck. So I'm coming to the dealership. We'll see what they say. We'll see what's up here. I'm gonna go take a look at a few different trucks. Gonna leave the soccer dad SUV behind, if all goes well, right? What do you guys recommend? Leave in the comments. What truck do you guys like? What do you recommend? And maybe you can guess where I'm at. But yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna post this as just a little vlog day, and I can say that HVAC paid for it. I'm gonna try and pay this mostly in cash already. Personally, I don't like to have debt. I don't like to have high credit cards, loans. I like to pay all that stuff off. So like this vehicle, I paid it off after a couple years, and then I don't have any credit card debt. That's all thanks to the trades, always being in business, in having work. A lot of good things come from just being in the trade, just being in HVAC specifically to me, because kitchens never shut down. People need AC all the time, cooling and heating. Product needs to be refrigerated. Hospitals depend on refrigeration a lot. Let me get down and look at some of these vehicles. Gotta drive through the dirt to get to the kids' school. Don't forget to subscribe, like, drop a comment, and let me know who you are. I love, talking to you guys down in the comments, or you can always reach me anywhere. Reminder to go check out reliablehvacr.net. That way you can keep up to date with everything that I post, any platforms, tool recommendations, because I always get asked about that. Any tool that I use is linked there in the tool link. The different places, like I said, I'm also on HVAC Nights. I'm actually wearing the shirt. There's merch on there if you guys want your own shirts and stuff to rep the brand. I appreciate everybody who's already bought. And now let's get into the video. I went ahead and traded in my vehicle that was falling apart basically, and did a little upgrade. And I didn't know if I was going to do this video, but I did actually load it out. I have tools. I always want to have tools with me. I'm technically on call 24/7. I've actually ran calls out of this truck already. And well, you probably can't see right there, that thing right there is the Tough Built system. So I have Tough Built in the back. But I'm actually going to go return those. I loaded them up to return them. So I got to go to Lowe's in a bit. That's a whole other thing. It's just I picked and choose what I wanted, what fit in my van, and that's what I went with. You know, because in my van I can't load up a lot of things. I we relied on we actually had a truck vehicle at work, which was my dad's, and we would load up like condensing units and evaporator coils and different things like that, big compressors, and he would take it to the job site or the genie lift or whatever it is. I mean, we do have a trailer that we attach to the vans and stuff, but it was always nice to load it up on a truck and then take it to the site. And I feel like with this, you know, I'm gonna get more use out of it because I had an SUV, I had a soccer dad vehicle, and I needed to like I it just got a lot of stuff piled up. I needed so many things to, as far as like furniture and, you know, stuff from Home Depot and desk stuff or desks and a lot of huge things that I would jam in there. Like I even bought a TV recently. It was a 75 inch. I was like, I think it's gonna fit. I've been working on that SUV that I had way too much. It's broken down way too much, and I was like, I'm up to here with it. So let me go look at some vehicles and finally get a truck so I can load up stuff, and I can slightly use it for work because I've loaded up tools. I can load up stuff in the back relatively easy, and like I said, I've already run a few calls out of it. And speaking of my pops, you know, shout out to my dad. You know, he's doing okay. We're doing good, and you know, we're still pushing through. um, but if you guys are watching this video, because technically my work videos do pretty good and then my tool videos do really good and everything else is like so-so, but if you're watching this, you know, you're a real one. So I just wanted to kind of share that, and prayers to my dad if you guys can do that. Like I said, he's doing okay, had a little bit of a scare, and he's just going to be out of commission for a good while. So, you know, we're picking up the slack for him. We're doing well. We're doing fine financially. You know, obviously I just went out and bought a damn truck. So just wanted to throw that in there, and I don't talk about it too much. But yeah. It's a few more days later and it got freaking cold. We're hitting our freeze, storm weather, whatever you want to call it. It is in the 30s, and I'm not used to it. I don't know how the hell I'm gonna handle Chicago, going to the expo. But anyway, I'm in the truck. I'm gonna show you around real quick. This is by no means trying to flaunt anything. I'm a very frugal person, and I was able to go out and get like I said, a 2023 Tundra. It's just something I've wanted for a while. Like I said, I just don't like to spend money. I had my last vehicle for damn near almost 10 years. I think I had it for 9 years. Like I said, I'm going to show you. It's slightly used. Um, I just don't want to pay full price or anything close to it or overpay for things. I think I had said that in the beginning. So I was able to get this in the low 40,000 range. Being that it's a basic model, it's not even the basic one. The SR is the work model. That's going to be as basic as you can get, and it's only in white, I believe. And then like I got the SR5, so it's the next trim up, and then there's the limited and like special editions and all that. So this one happened to be an SR5 that had some stuff put into it here and there. Also, I went with a 23 over a 22 because there were some 2022s that were really well priced and in really good condition. And at that point, I could have paid probably the whole thing off up front. This one I did pay more than half of it down, and I financed it super low just because I didn't want a huge car payment. So the reason I went with a 23 over a 22 is because they added a few things. So we'll go over around the truck. I really love the lighting, the safety features, the lane assist, the stepping boards, the lights in the truck bed, the CarPlay. The screen is good enough for me, and a lot of little things here and there. Like I said, not a super extravagant. I just went with something that I liked, and I'm honestly super basic. So that's just my my take on that. So let me show you around real quick. All right, so let's turn it on real quick. All right, so I gotta get the oil change soon. I've been driving this thing a lot. I've actually taken it on a few road trips. Drives very well. As soon as I did the what do you call it? The test drive. This was very comfortable, very uh, easy to drive, smooth ride, and all of that was very important to me. So now, as you can see, I keep it on the miles per gallon. I'm pretty good about it. It's between, honestly, it's the same as my SUV. A truck now is as efficient as something that was considered efficient almost 10 years ago, right? So I don't have an issue with that. I don't drive on the highway, so I'm never gonna get that up into the 20s. But considering I'm city only, because I'm out here in the middle of nowhere, you guys can see all the damn cows in front of me. So since I'm in the middle of nowhere, I'm only going through the city and back roads. So at 17.7, I'm slightly above the miles per gallon that it's rated for in the city. It's rated for 17 city and like 23 highway, which is almost exactly the same as my Acadia. Now, as you can see, I'm about to hit 5,000 miles. I actually bought this with 3,000 some, 3,900 miles. I consider that really good, and I do think that they took very good care of it. So the indicators on top are going to be for lane assist, and that was very important to me because I have, or my girlfriend has a new Kia, and on our road trips, we do like to take a lot of road trips up to San Antonio, New Braunfels, you know, Houston, all those areas. Putting it in cruise control, setting up lane assist, and the speed and the distance between vehicles was really nice. You know, once I started driving hers, and I was like, you know, I kind of need that. So down here, we do have the adjustment on the people in front of you. We do have lane assist, cruise control. Obviously, you can set it. And we got our little multimedia controls here. That's all I really need. I do not need the heated steering wheel or any of that extra stuff. I can't remember what else it came with. This is all I needed. I don't mind the analogs. I'm an old school HVAC tech. Analogs are perfectly fine with me because like on a higher trim, you're gonna pay like over 100,000 to get that full screen here. I just got the little middle screen, my analogs. This is all the information that I really need. And obviously I can scroll through to go through like a whole bunch of different things if I need to. That's all I really need. If we move over here, we do have CarPlay, right? So that's honestly really cool to me. Now I got deceived a little bit because I thought the screen would come out because that border you can see is kind of big. I'd say it's almost like an inch. So it would have been nicer if it was a little wider, a little more to the edge. Not all the way, I would understand, but you know, just a little bit bigger or offset it a little bit because you got the knob here, which I do like. But CarPlay was a big deal to me. It's wireless CarPlay, so I don't even have to hook up my phone. As soon as I get in here, my music plays, I set up my maps and head where I need to head. This, to me, looked really nice. These, you know, on certain vehicles, you can get like touchscreen little controls and stuff like that. I actually really like these little levers, right? As I'm driving, move it up, moving down, I leave it on auto. That way, if I just want to set the temp, it'll adjust the fan speed for me, and I do not have to worry about that. We have our other controls here, like defrost, the air circulating, but if I hit it on auto, it'll do all that automatically for me. I can adjust other things if I need to, like where the air comes out of and the speed, but if I leave it on auto and just go up and down with the temp to my liking as I'm driving, kind of flip it there, it's been super perfect. And honestly, I do turn it off a lot. Today I need heat, but I turn it off a lot because I'm the type of person that likes to drive with the windows cracked or down or, you know, whatever it may be. So I don't even use my AC that much. All right, so as you can see down here, there's a bunch of blank spaces where it would have had extra options. I believe you might have had more options up here too. We got a charger there to sync it to the multimedia system. But I didn't need the heated steering wheel, the air-conditioned heated seats, anything like that. I didn't need that. Here, it's hot all the time. Right now that it's cold, I don't really care too much. And I did opt to not get leather or any of that, because if it gets really hot here, then it's going to be real sticky. Also, we don't have wireless charging here, but I've noticed that those tend to get super hot, so I never use them, or I probably would never use them. I prefer just plugging it in if I need to. They did do this cool little thing where you can set it there, right? It's not going to wirelessly charge, but if you set it there, they did give you a little space for the charger. This is a 4-wheel drive, and I do have a tow option. If you get a higher trim, you have other options here. I forgot what they were. I just wanted to be able to tow and do the 4-wheel drive. Just do truck things. That's my main concern with this. Do truck things and then give me a nice, you know, experience driving, right? Does it drive well? Does it have my CarPlay? Does it have it has really good speakers, which I believe are JBL. I'm not 100% sure. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure I think all the trims were. So they sound great, fantastic, no issues there. So up here, we do have our lights. The lights are dim. If I can show that, I will. So it's not gonna give you a ton of light. The window for the back is here. So if you wanna roll down the back window, which I'm actually a big fan of. All right, so if you guys can see the window back there, it rolls down. So I thought that was gonna be gimmicky. I did not think I would ever use that, but if we have that even cracked, you know, I usually go halfway or a little bit above, and you crack one of your windows, the air that moves through here, especially during a cool day, you don't need no air conditioning. That's why I said I like to drive with the windows down. Driving up and down just in the city, I get a ton of air. I just crack this one and crack that one, and I get a ton of air coming through. So that's been one of my favorite things, is that you can roll that window down. Now you can probably use it for other things, long loads, because my bed is only 5.5 feet. I did not opt for, I think they had a 6 foot and an 8 foot option. I was like, I don't want to have trouble driving this thing. I want to enjoy it, be able to get in all the parking spots, and not worry about like hitting somebody, getting in and out of parking spots, right? Because some people park way too close. If you're in a grocery or Walmart, Lowe's, whatever it is, the person behind you, if you're backing out, might not have gone in all the way on their parking spot. And I was like, I don't want to be there doing that whole Austin Powers scene where I'm like, you know, back and forth, trying to get out of there. So 5.5 foot bed is great for me. I showed it earlier. I did put tools in there, or toolboxes back there. So there is an option, which I'm going to have my Milwaukee. I have a bunch of extra Milwaukee boxes. So that is what will be loaded up if I ever have to work out of it for some reason. I have to go wrap my van. So probably that week I will be working out of this truck. All right. So nothing fancy here. My girlfriend does love this little cubby, so she can put things in here, wallet, keys, whatever it is. And then we have our glove compartment, which is not huge, but it works. It has a little shelving in there. I have my manuals in there, RTFM. I was going through that the other day. And then there's spots on top and on the side. Like I said, do not go for the leather. This material is extremely comfortable. Just have to keep it clean, right? They did come with the weather mat. The brand that's out there, the name brand is WeatherTech. Toyota does their own version. This is a nice weather mat. It locks in, and it has a lip around. It's very rugged, and it's like a rubber, so nothing will get it dirty. Take it out, wash it out, put it back in, and you're good to go. All right, now I didn't want this option, but I'll find use for it. So we have this, and which needs some WD-40. Like I said, the guy before me must have had options that he paid for upgraded in here. So he put in a safe, because that is something you have to get extra. Right now I just have a bunch of receipts in there, important receipts, and you go there and you can lock that up. I didn't get a key, but I have the combo anyway. I'm a big snacker, so don't worry about that. Extra charger. There is space in here to put some stuff. Nice little cables. One is a USB-A, USB-C on the other side. And this is able to be fed through. It actually fits through this little space down here, so that's cool. Got my reliable koozie there. And you got your little cubbies here. You got 2 more cup holders right here. Again, more snacks. And 2 little cubbies. I'll throw keys or something in here. All right, so here are more options, right? So like I said, there's gonna be a bunch missing because I didn't pay for the extra trim. The lights here, I've never seen this, but you can actually adjust the height of the lights. So I have them currently all the way up, which would be 0. All the way up so I can see more. I drive a lot of back roads, a lot of roads that are not lit. There's no street lights or anything like that, so that's what that's for. The bed has lights, which I think is amazing. It lights up the whole back area, which I just leave it on with the doors. And then more of your trip options, the auto off when you're in like a, or when you have the brakes on, high beams, you know, all that stuff. These are the steps that I was talking about. So every door has its own step, which I think is really cool. If not, I would have to install like the stepping rail, but like I said, the 23s, from what I noticed, all came with them. So we got that there. Speaking of extras, you know, earlier, so this right here is a dash cam. It's by Toyota. So the previous owner got that installed by Toyota. There is a memory card option, so I can take it out. I think you need a service to do it through your phone, but I'm not paying for service. I just take out the little memory card if I need it, and I can take the video off that. All right, guys, and here's the back. Another weather mat here that is all one piece, which is amazing because even that middle part is covered. And I actually had to go back several times for these because they forgot them. Then they tried to give me like I was assuming it was an older Tundra mat. It didn't fit. It was way smaller. Finally, on the 3rd trip, they found the mats, got them in. I was like, man, if not, I'm going to go buy the WeatherTech brand. Here are some filters for some work stuff. So I did manage to go pick that up. Air conditioning in the back is very important. We got kids, so there's a little cubby there. 2 vents for their air condition. My option didn't come with, there was supposed to be like a 120 plug, 120 volt plug here and some USB options here, but we didn't get that. Kids might need that, but my kids have those like ridiculous 10-foot hoses that I could honestly just plug in over there and they'll be fine. Not hoses, chargers. And now let me show you. Well, I had to get this for the kids, right? And I do have a dog that I might take out sometimes, so like I wanted to get this covered. Not for this vehicle, so I might have to get one with a slit, or I might have to do that myself, because when you pull down these seats or pick up the seat from the bottom, that one over there is a single. So having this kind of messes that up, and my storage option. So right now I'll show you how that works. All right, so one of our kids still needs a booster. So I might have to take that side off to show you this side. But what's cool is you also have storage back here. So if you pull on this, whoops. All right, so I got storage back here. The jack is over there, but you got plenty of little storage. So like if I ever need to put that away, that folds up a little bit, I can actually fit it back here. So this will come in handy when I do need more space in here. Let's say I'm working, right? And then whenever the kids do go with me, I can bust that out of here. And it's storage back there. Actually, let me do that right now. All right, so I'm actually able to put it over there. I was putting it here because this is a little bit of a bigger area, but if it fits there, I'm gonna leave it there. So you got this nice little storage. I'm not exactly sure what it's for. All right, so now for the tool part, right? Like I said, I've used this for work a few times. So if I pick this up, which right now it's not gonna work the way I wanted to because I have the mat there. I got my Hvacr bag. That's a rolling tool bag. That field piece pouch right there has what do you call them? Like stubbies. I have the digital ones. And, oh, actually my meter's in that bag. I took it out of here just to give me more space for hand tools. The meter, gauges are in there, some fittings. And then stuff for my truck. I got a jump starter. Can't be without one. I needed it a lot on my older car and my old van. Little, this one's I believe Hyper Tough. Just a little air compressor that I can fill up the tires with. Got my wrench set. I got a charging hose if I need to top off something. All right, and on this side, they did come with the little, man, I forgot what you call them, the little rings that go into the truck bed because there's a rail there. You put these in the rail and it's to secure straps and different things. So I've used a couple of those already. That's what it came with. Got some straps in that bag. I'm gonna carry more of these bungee straps too, and then a jump starting cable. So that's all I really need in this truck, and I get away with it. It's all hidden. I never have to worry about it. Can still take my kids, you know. Right, so that's how that looks. I think it works perfect for me. Little trash can. Always need a trash can in every vehicle you own. Just don't want to make a mess. I'm trying to keep this as clean as possible. I think every door must have a tweeter too, or at least the back ones. I think the front, they're hidden a little bit more. So that's kind of cool. That's why it sounds, to me, so great. The one weird thing is that only the passenger has this pouch right here. For some reason, my driver's side doesn't, because I would love to carry some of these bags on that side when I get down, get them out, but just on this side. You do have this that can raise up and down. Same thing with these. I have been told, or I've seen on YouTube, that somebody slammed the brakes, their kids' heads went back, so just be careful. You might want to put something here. I don't know, because it wasn't this exact model this year, so they might have, I don't know if they recessed them anymore. It looks like they might have tried, but they hit them there and they had a welt on the back of their head. All right, so this is the off-road. It's not the TRD Pro or anything, but we do, like I said, I think this is an upgrade too, the TRD wheels, because when I see it showcased on their website, or even in my app, my Toyota app, there's aluminum wheels, the silver ones, and I would have hated that. So I think this is a minor upgrade, the TRD wheels. Like I said, I don't have the TRD Pros. This is a TSS off-road four-wheel. Don't have the button for the tailgate, but when am I going to use that, right? I have the key fob that opens it, or like any guy that owns a truck, I'm going to come back here, right? I don't have to hold it. It automatically goes down by itself. And like I said, 5-foot bed. And I know I showed this in the earlier section, but some of them have it where it's automatic when you bring that tailgate down, that this comes down with it. But I'm fine kicking it down, kicking it up, not a big deal. So that's how we get up here. So these are the rails that I'm talking about, right? Like I said, I have one hooked up already, and I've been able to strap refrigerants and different things. Like I said, I've worked out of it a few times. All right, these are the lights that I'm talking about, and they give off a crap load of lights. Like this whole back bed is just like very well lit, like super bright, especially at night. And I did see that it has these dividers here, or these sections, and I think you can buy dividers, right? So you can have something, I would think like maybe for when I go to Walmart, I have a crap load of bags or something in the front. The kids are with me or something like that. But I saw somebody do just lumber, like certain pieces of wood that you can kind of wedge in there, and that'll give you the divider here too. So I'm gonna try that too. You got a bunch of anchor points everywhere. To me, a great deal. I'm not gonna waste space and put a actual toolbox here. I would have loved to have kept the tough belt, because that looks the best being black with this dark vehicle. But I have a crap load of Milwaukee boxes. Like why not use them? So like I said, I'll just put them all back here, strap them to the rail like I did with the tough belt, and like I said, I can work out of it if I need to. All right, guys, and that's the little truck tour. Like this is still an HVAC YouTube channel, right? So I just wanted to kind of show one of a few things, right? One that I loaded it out and I've worked out of it, and I showed you guys, how or what tools I put into it. I'm not going to go too far into it. If you guys want a video on that, let me know. But that I have tools in it. I've worked out of it a few times, just because I'm out and about doing errands or something like that, and then I get a call, and it's just, I don't want to go all the way home to get the van, and it's like, well, if I can you know, change a thing, do something to it, get some information off of it, or anything simple. Like my tools are here, right? I always carry tools anyway because something always happens when I'm out. So whether it's my car or somebody else's car, you know, it's good to have tools with you. And in this vehicle, I'm able to hide everything and you would never expect it, right? And then like I still have all the storage that I need and room for like the kids. And if I'm picking up stuff, packages, I go pick up packages a lot, parts and different things, you know, at the mailbox. So like being able to have all that. And another thing I wanted to touch on was, you know, that HVAC pays well. That's a question I get a lot of, but me, like I said, it always depends on your situation and where you live. That's important too, because I live in South Texas. I'm not in Austin. I'm not in San Antonio. I'm not in any big city like that. So like the fact that I live in an area where I make, you know, what an average tech would make. I don't make anything crazy. I'm not making $50 an hour or anything like that. I'm making way under that. So I'm an employee technically at my business, and I have no shame in saying, or I'm not trying to hide the fact that this is my dad's business. Now we're partners because he does not do HVAC, and that's what I do. That's what I bring to the table. And I have my license, my contractor's license. That's all me. But I can do that as an employee and just run it behind the scenes, right? Now his name is under the business. My name, I declined to do it way back when. He was very proud that me and my brother were getting into the business. You know, he was like, oh, like you all are the owners. It's your company, and we need to have that mentality. But I just didn't want my screw ups to be or to damage the business. So like, you know, one of them being a divorce. So technically I'm an employee. I just run it behind the scenes. I have no shame in saying that this is my dad's vision and dream, and I'm proud of him for starting this and giving me and my brother a chance at a good career, right? And that's like I said, that's the one thing I wanted to kind of end on and hit home on is it pays well. It's just that if you start somewhere, you need to work your way up. It might take a year or 2 years, and then you need to evaluate, like, is it worth staying there? You know, is it worth, you know, the knowledge? Are you getting good training? Are they doing things for you that you can get better like every day, or, you know, you're going to get better throughout the year? Because that's worth something, right? And then you can move on once you feel like you're comfortable or they've taught you everything, right, that they can. You know, there's that aspect of it. And then you can also look for higher paying jobs around. I've had a lot of people come to me and they're like, well, you know, it's not going anywhere. Should I look around? Like, yeah, you should look around, right? Like, someone's going to pay you what you're worth. There's competition everywhere. There's a need for HVAC techs, good HVAC techs. So if one company is either not giving you the proper training or enough training, not willing to bet on you, invest in you, or they're not paying you well, maybe they have trained you as far as they can take you, and then you're like, where do I go from here? You're like, yeah, there's good money in this. And then it all depends on your niche and what you want to get into. If you're in residential, you're gonna have to do maybe more selling, or maybe squeeze in more calls in your day. If you do commercial, you can, you know, you might get a pay bump there, and y'all are not, or maybe you're driving more and dealing with bigger equipment and like different locations and stuff like that. But it's a different world than residential. If you want to go to industrial, I'm sure they pay more, they pay better. You're going to be dealing with, you know, machine rooms and loud areas and stuff like that. You know, I think it's cool, but I wouldn't do it. Every area is different. Like I said, where I'm at, the gas is $2. I'm not paying like $8 in Los Angeles. So over there, if you're making like $50 to $60 an hour, it's probably the equivalent of being paid over here at 25 to 30. So like you have to keep that in mind. Work your way up, get the pay you want, get the job you want. You don't have to stick to residential or commercial. There's industrial, there's, you know, engineering, designing. There's a whole world out there, and it's catered to whatever personality or work ethic or type of stuff that you want to do. So all that's possible. I do want to take a minute and thank you guys though, because as much as I do well with HVAC, like I said on this, which you all would probably consider a low salary. I've bought a house, I bought several vehicles, I've always been okay with money, I've never been in debt. All my credit cards are paid off, and any that I do have are just to build up credit or get cash back, benefits, you know, points, miles, whatever it is. I don't have any debt. So like all of that is because of the job that I have. Like I said, it might not be the highest paying, but it's the most consistent. You're gonna be in this trade and always have a job or work. You're always gonna find work. If you open up a business, it is what you make of it, right? You're gonna go out there, if you're out there hustling, doing all these things and putting yourself out there, you're gonna get work. Business is always good for us. We have had scary times, but that doesn't last long. So just so you guys know. But I also want to thank you guys because all the YouTube stuff, all the sponsors I've gotten has just helped me be more comfortable, I guess, spending. Like I said, I am very frugal, but at this point, you know, I went out and finally bought a truck I desperately needed. And, you know, the channel's doing really well. The podcast is doing really well. And I want to just thank you guys for the support and just the great things. Just you guys being subscribed and maybe liking and commenting as a bonus, but just viewing the videos and showing up is more than enough, because that, you know, that helps YouTube pay me and all that. So like I said, thank you guys for the support. Appreciate you guys. See y'all later.